Wham, bam, strawberry jam.
Wham, bam, strawberry jam.
Wham, bam, strawberry jam.
Wham, bam, strawberry jam.
Strawberry jam.
In the dark, dark wood, there was a dark, dark house. And in the dark, dark house, there was a dark... Ah, there you are. I'll be with you in a minute. Now, I just want to see what that clip feels like with a little bit of atmospheric music. In the dark, dark wood, there was a dark, dark house. And in the dark, dark house, there was a dark, dark room. And in that dark, dark room, there was a dark, dark cupboard. And in that dark, dark cupboard, there was a dark, dark shelf. And on that dark, dark shelf, there was a dark, dark box. And in that dark, dark box, there was a ghost. Not bad, even if I say so myself. I'm Mick, by the way, and this is where I work, writing music for films and TV. At the moment, I'm working on the Wham Bam Strawberry Jam programme about horror. Hold on, I'll give you a little introduction. Ladies and gentlemen who roll up and see, a special free offer today. You won't pay a thing on the Scaremonger store. I'm giving it all away. I'll give you a fright, and I'll give you a start. I'll give you a nasty surprise. I'll give you the willies. I'll give you the creeps, and you'll never believe your eyes. Boom!
I don't believe in vampires. I'll say it loud and clear. I don't believe in werewolves. When other folk are near, I certainly don't believe in ghosts, or those that do are fools. And I know for an absolute positive fact there are no such thing as ghouls. So why, when it's late at night, after all that I've just said, the vampires, werewolves, ghosts and ghouls all gather underneath my bed? The truth, of course, is obvious and plain for all to see. Although I don't believe in them, they all believe in me. Silly things, aren't they, Ted?
Things that go bump in the night should not really give one a fright. It's the hole in the ear that lets in the fear. Well, that in the absence of light. Wham bam! Things that go bump in the night should not really give one a fright. It's the hole in the ear that lets in the fear. That in the absence of light. I say, do monsters eat popcorn with their fingers? No, they eat their fingers separately. Wham bam! But let us be serious for a moment. Those of a nervous disposition should get behind the sofa now, for we are about to bring you the story of the Late Express. There's a train that runs through Hawthorne, 3 AM or thereabout. You can hear it hooting sadly, but no passengers get out. That's much too early for a train, the station master said. But it's driven by Will Watson, and Willie Watson's dead. Poor Willie was a driver whose record was just fine, except in that poor Willie never learnt to tell the time. Fathers came home late for dinner, schoolboys late for their exams. Millionaires had missed on millions, people changing to the trams. Oh, such fussing and complaining. Even railways have their pride. So they sacked poor Willie Watson, and he pined away and died. And now his ghost reports for duty and unrepentant of his crime, drives a ghost train through here nightly, and it runs to Willie's time. Oh, lummy, I fair froze my little pinkies off I did, making that film. Still, it was worth it, eh? This is Vicky, by the way, and she lives next door. You enjoyed that Late Express, didn't you?
I always like true mystery stories.
So you reckon Willie Watson really existed?
I'm sure he does.
Well, this is where Vicky and I have to agree to differ. I don't believe in all this spook stuff. Don't get me wrong, it's fun to do. But Vicky here is really into ghost stories and stuff like that.
And one of the best ones you've done the music for is that story that Rik tells.
What, Highwayman?
Yeah, all about something that happened
Might have happened, Vicky. Might have.
a long, long time ago. Just play the tape, Mick.
The wind was a torrent of darkness among the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas. The road was a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor.
And the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The highwayman came riding up to the old inn door. Over the cobbles he clattered and clashed in the dark inn yard. He tapped with his whip on the shutters, but all was locked and barred. He whistled a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair.
One kiss, my bonny sweetheart. I'm after a prize tonight, but I shall be back with the yellow gold before the morning light. Yet if they press me sharply and harry me through the day, then look for me by moonlight. Watch for me by moonlight. I'll come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way.
He did not come in the dawning. He did not come at noon. And out of the tawny sunset, before the rise of the moon, when the road was a gypsy's ribbon, looping the purple moor, a redcoat troop came marching, marching, marching. King George's men came marching up to the old inn door. They said no word to the landlord. They drank his ale instead. But they gagged his daughter and bound her to the foot of her narrow bed. Now keep good watch. And they kissed her. And she heard the dead man say, look for me by moonlight. Watch for me by moonlight. I'll come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way. She twisted her hands behind her, but all the knots held good. She writhed her hands till her fingers were wet with sweat or blood. They stretched and strained in the darkness, and the hours crawled by like years. Till now, on the stroke of midnight, cold on the stroke of midnight, the tip of one finger touched it. The trigger, at least, was hers. In the frosty silence, in the echoing night, nearer he came and nearer. Her face was like a light. Her eyes grew wide for a moment. She drew one last deep breath. Then her finger moved in the moonlight. Her musket shattered the moonlight, shattered her breast in the moonlight, and warned him with her death. He turned. He spurred to the west. He did not know who stood, bowed with her head o'er the musket, drenched in her own red blood. Not till the dawn he heard it. His face grew grey to hear how Bess, the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter, had watched for her love in the moonlight and died in the darkness there. Back he spurred like a madman, shouting a curse to the sky, with the white road smoking behind him and his rapier brandished high. Blood red were his spurs ere the golden noon. Wine red was his velvet coat when they shot him down on the highway, down like a dog on the highway. And he lay in his blood on the highway with the bunch of lace at his throat. And still, of a winter's night, they say, when the wind is in the trees, when the moon is a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, A highwayman comes riding. 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 A highwayman comes riding. Up to the old inn door.
Oh, that even gave me the shivers.
Yeah, I thought it was great. It takes a lot more than a spooky story to scare me. Mind you, it's funny the little things that can frighten some people. Just take a look at this.
Ghosts and foul ghoulies I can withstand. Skeletons, witches, I take by the hand. A poltergeist's welcome, a dragon is grand. But who moved the spider? Dinosaurs, krakens, such friendly ways. Octopus, jellyfish, Martians from outer space. The centaur, a phoenix, I'd look in the face. But who moved the spider?
Who'd believe it? Scared by a little spider.
You were saying, Mick?
That's not fair. That's not a little spider. Get rid of it. Must have a little joke. Come on, to work. Last time Vicky was here, she told me a great story about when she was a child and lived in a lovely big house.
A real ghost story.
Great. You put the vocals to the pictures we shot, and I'll play some music as we go. You're going to like this. Ready?
Uh-huh. I saw a girl on my swing at the top of the garden. She had yellow hair with a red ribbon, and all she did was swing, swing, swing. So I went to her, and I asked her to be my friend. And she said, "I'm not allowed to have any friends. My mother says ghosts should keep themselves to themselves. Swing, swing, swing." Why should we keep ourselves to ourselves? That's what I want to know.
Nice one, Vicky. Now, while I check that sound recording, here's a teeny tiny story for you. A teeny tiny ghost, no bigger than a mouse at most, lived in a great big house. It's hard to haunt a great big house when you're a teeny tiny ghost, no bigger than a mouse at most. He did what he could do. So every dark and stormy night, the kind that shakes a house with fright, if you stood still and listened right, you would hear a teeny tiny. But seriously, Vicky, who has actually ever seen a ghost?
You really don't believe in them, do you?
That's right. Sit down and talk to me.
What do you want to talk about?
Ghosts. You were saying that you believe in them.
Yes, they exist without a doubt.
What? Bony white nightmares that rattle and glow?
No, just spirits that come and go.
Never heard such a load of rubbish.
Never mind, one day you'll know.
What makes you so sure? I said, what makes you so sure? Hey, where'd you go? She's always disappearing like that. Who needs ghosts with her around? Wham bam, bye.
Wham, bam, strawberry jam.
Wham, bam, strawberry jam.
Wham, bam, strawberry jam.
Wham, bam, strawberry jam.